into the wideness of her watching self. It brought a grandiose gust of breath of life. That is the thing that giant head of life is doing. She can bring that breath of life to things here, make them really living, vibrant, moving. His torrent carried the world's hopes and fears, all lives, all natures, dissatisfied, hungry cry, and a longing all eternity cannot fill. It called to the mountain secrecy, the soul, and the miracle of the never dying fire. It spoke to some first inexpressible ecstasy hidden in the creative beat of life. So, the loftiness of things and life, the nobility, the majesty, the purple grandeur of life, yes, she is demanding. That is the giant head of life. That is the breath of life is demanding. Breath of life. Nature's desperate cry. Mountain secrets of the soul. They are dwelling. There are powers, there are beauties, there are joys hidden in the soul, but they are living on the top of the mountain, not accessible to us, you see. And the miracle of the never dying fire. This is the Agni which cannot be extinguished. There is no fire extinguisher for that. It burns constantly, immortal Agni. Agni, who is the immortal in the mortal. He accepts mortality, but he remains immortal. He cannot be quenched, cannot be subdued. And the miracle of the never dying fire, he spoke to some first inexpressible ecstasy hidden in the creative beat of life. Out of the nether unseen deeps it tore its lure and magic of disordered bliss. Into earth light poured its maze of tangled charm, and the heady draught of nature's primitive joy, and the fire and mystery of forbidden delight, drawn from the world libido's bottomless well, and the honey sweet poison wine of lust and death, but dreamed the vintage of glory of life's God. So the extreme opposite to life, she is accepting this life for to for the glory of life's gods. That is what she wants, life's God. And felt a celestial rapture, golden stain. So even if it is extreme situation down below, she accepts that also with joy. There is joy everywhere for life. Poison, yes, it has its own joy. Honey, yes, it is its own sweetness. She accepts every kind of a rasa, of experience. She would like to experience everything like that, you see. She is not afraid of it. The cycles of the infinity of desire and the mystic that made an unrealized world wider than the known and closer than the unknown, in which hunt forever the hounds of might, the hounds of mind and life, tempted a deep, dissatisfied urge in within to long for the unfulfilled and ever found, and make this life upon the limiting a climb towards summits vanishing in the void, a search for the glory of the impossible. That is the whole object of this life. Search the glory of the impossible everywhere. She is not afraid of inconscience, of ignorance, of death, or suffering. She is not afraid of the high grandeurs of heaven and all that. She is embracing every possibility of existence. It dreamed of that which never has been known. It grasped at that which never has been won. So that is the spirit of life. adventure. She will go to extremes. In fact, that is what a brave person will do. He is not afraid of consequences. She is not afraid of, she does not believe in our phrase, look before you leap. She doesn't care about that. Look before you leap. She will leap. She will face all the consequences. There is nothing. She will face all the consequences. There is no question of look before the leap. She is not cautious. She is not conservative. She is not calculating her gains by doing this or doing that. You see. It dreamed of that which never has been known. It grasped at that which never has been won. It chased into an Elysian memory. So all the heavenly joy after life, she is chasing all that Elysian memory. The charm that flee from the heart's soon lost her delight. It dared the foe that slays. See, it dared the foe that slays. She sees an enemy, want to kill me. Yes, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Let me enjoy that. See. See. The joy that hurt, the image shape of unaccomplished thing, and the summons to Circean transmuting dance. So she is ready to enter into this witch's island and enjoy what she has to offer. Enjoy what she, her magic. She wants to see that. And passion's tendency of the courts of love and the wild is ramp and roam with beauty and life. That is the passion of life. Every situation she would like to enjoy. There is nothing like good or bad. And therefore what happens then? It brought its cry and surge of opposite powers. Its moments of the touch of luminous flame, its flame ascensions and sky-pitched vast attempt, its fiery towers or dream built on the wind, towers built on winds. On the wind, is sinking towards the darkness and the abyss. Its honey of tenderness, its sharp wine of hate, its changes of sun and cloud, of laughter and tears, its bottomless danger pits and swallowing gulf, its fear and joy and ecstasy and despair. So he is describing all the opposite powers. All the opposite power. It brought its cry and surge of opposite. So these are the examples of opposite powers. Its fear and joy, its occult wizardries, its simple line, and great communions and uplifting mood, its faith in heaven, its intercourse with hell. So these are the opposite powers, heaven and hell. She is there to experience all that thing. She is not worried about consequences. These powers were not blunt with the dead weight of earth. They gave ambrosious taste and poison's sting. So, because they are opposite. But she wants to enjoy both. What is the good for good? What is the evil for evil? She wants to enjoy, experience that thing. There was an azure in the gaze of life that saw heaven blue in the grey air of night. Now that is the beauty of it. Why does she want to see all that? Because she sees joy, joy, joy everywhere in the expression of life. What is lifeless in matter, she is giving joy to that. That is her gain. And therefore, although the whole thing looks like a dark night, in the dark night, she is dreaming the presence of beautiful heaven. blue heaven in the grey air of night. She is hoping that even here that heaven can be present. The impulses Godward soared on passion's wing. The impulses Godward soared on passion's wing. So she is really ready to climb up, sky above sky, fly. Minds, quick-paced thoughts floated from their high necks. A glowing splendor as of an irised mane. Colorful, the mane is colorful mane. A periour of pure intuition's light. What a beautiful phrase. A periour of pure intuition's light. Periour. Periour means all the matching jewelry. Jewelry. Your earring, your necklace, your bracelet, all these things should be of matching type. They should match each other. If this is blue, this is blue, this is blue, this is blue, this is ruby, 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 like that. They should match each other. It cannot be incoherent, you see. Yeah, you match your jewelry. Yeah. So Shreyabantu's observation is so detailed, you see, about things. So detailed about everything. You see a woman, she will wear a certain dress, certain jewelry, certain, even her umbrella, her parasol or her footwear, everything will be matching, you see. It will be matching. A periour of pure intuition's light, his plain could gallop, they could imitate. Mind's voices mimicked inspiration's stress, its excess of infallibility, its speed and lightning heavenly of the gods. So that is what they can mind, quick mind's thoughts. They can imitate inspiration of intuition, can have even the quality of the lightning of heaven leave of the gods, you see. This is what she can give life, you see. Actually, I mean, if you take a philosopher or an abstract man, mathematician, he has no life impulse in him, then it becomes very dry. It's very dry, you see. It doesn't have a force also to achieve what that thought, that abstract imagination or philosophy should bring out. You may talk a lot of philosophy, but to bring into life, you need life's force. That is required. Speed and lightning leave of the gods.